Good morning. All right, that was satisfying. Finally, we've gotten to that place. Welcome to this space. I am Mike Schmidt, as always, a member of the board here at UUCR, which stands for the Unitarian Universalist Church in Reston. Whether you're here with us in person today or on Zoom, we are so glad you're here with us this morning. No matter how old or how young you are, wherever you are in your spiritual journey, however you identify, however you identify, and whomever you love, know you are welcome here. This community of all ages is a unique and valuable gift. Know that your sounds and movements, are welcome here. Again, you're welcome here whether you're attending this service in person or online. So let's take a spot, as always, to wave to this camera now to include our online viewing folks. A few announcements this morning. First, there is a parent and caregiver gathering after the service today. This is an opportunity to gather with other parents and caregivers without a to-do list. Stay to explore UCR's monthly theme or other topics of interest to the group. Lunch and childcare are available. Religious education team members and families with children and teens are invited to gather after the service on March 15th to get to know each other better, celebrate our volunteers, and share dreams for programs for children. Children, teens, and families. And then heavy snacks and children's activities will be available in the sanctuary. The board is reviewing our handicapped parking situation. We have currently 6 spaces, which is the number that we are legally required to have. However, we are trying to keep track of whether it's actually enough for our congregation. If you have a handicap placard and are not able to find a space on any given Sunday, please let me know or any other board member so we can keep track. Next, join us next Sunday after the service for Science Sunday. Stephen Dick, former NASA chief historian and author of over 25 books on astrophysics, history, and the philosophy of science, will present a lecture entitled Astrobiology, Cosmetology, and the Societal Impact of Finding ET. Finally, for me, join us this Thursday at 7 for films on Thursday. We will be screening Cone 75. I haven't heard of that. A film that tells the story behind the legendary jazz pianist Keith Jarrett's concert in Cologne, 1975. And then, finally, I'm going to call up Reverend Aileen, and after her, Maggie and Nani for a few separate announcements.
So you'll see I have our small wins board up again because we have accomplished far more small wins. I want to thank, first, Christine Muth, who has signed up to be our Helping Hands coordinator to coordinate meals and rides with our caring team. Yay! See how nice it's looking? Also, we want to thank those who participated in setup and cleanup for the Mystery Pals group, although I don't actually have all your names, so big round of applause for all those who set up and cleaned up Mystery Pals. And then I also have thank yous from RE. Thank you to Evan Freund, Nani Mullen, and John Wilson for signing up to assist in our Sunday morning K through 12 program. And also an additional thanks for all those who have subbed or been guest presenters in RE. Meagan Pitluck-Schmitt, Trish Smith, Adam Winter, Garth Hekler, Joanne Williams, Jennifer Glynn, Lori Dodd, Deb Stover, Kathy Delianis, Chris Topoleski, and Cecily Elliott. It takes a village to care for our young people. So that's all of them. I'm going to put up all the little puzzle pieces all together this time. Sneaking while you do that. Okay, you come up.
Good morning, I'm Nani Mullen.
And I'm Maggie Mack.
And we did not coordinate this on purpose. We're just like that. So we are co-chairs of the Stewardship Committee, and we're here to launch, well, I was going to say, but hopefully the cold and snowy days are behind us, right? And as we look forward to warmth and light, as we look forward to spring, it is time to recognize deep, essential connection that sustains us. Today, I am thrilled to announce the launch of the 2026 Stewardship Campaign. The theme is Tending the Flame Together. So see, warmth over cold. There we go. This theme speaks to the heart of what we do here. We are stewards of a vital, welcoming light, the flame of justice, compassion, and shared values. In these uncertain times, which I've been saying a lot lately, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the challenges that we face, but here at UUCR, we find strength in the shared light we create. We are a sanctuary, a beacon of hope, and a place where we can nurture our spirit and work together to create a more just and compassionate world. I think our mission is as powerful, yet as a delicate flame. It's kept alive not by any single person, right, as shown over here too, but by the collective effort of every member. Your generosity, whether it's through financial support, which we are doing a lot of this time, but volunteering your time, sharing your talents, or simply being present is the fuel that keeps our collective flame burning, allowing us to illuminate the path towards a brighter future. So whether you're a longtime member with a deep connection here, or a newcomer just beginning to explore our community, your participation is vital. We approach this campaign with sensitivity and compassion, understanding that everyone's circumstances are different. We want to assure you that your presence and participation are just as important as any financial contribution. This campaign is an invitation to reflect on what UU Reston means to you and how you wish to contribute to its future. Your pledge, whatever its size, allows us to continue offering enriching programs, supporting vital social justice initiatives, and maintaining our welcoming and inclusive space. We hope you will join us for the annual Stewardship Gala next Saturday. So it's going to be March 7th from 7 to 9, and we're going to serve desserts and drinks, so like little wine and dessert. So maybe get dinner before coming. And the gala will be held here in the sanctuary and also streamed live on Zoom, so if you can't make it in person. Childcare will be provided if you just let us know by next Tuesday. And the evening will feature musical entertainment and include an opportunity to pledge for the next financial year. And we're excited the musical entertainment will be y'all, some of y'all, like the wildly talented folks that we have here at UU Reston. Over the next few weeks, you'll have opportunities to learn more about our campaign through, some of you may have already gotten this in the mail. We'll have more of these too, the little brochure just going over numbers and dates and stuff like that, things that we do, get more specific. And then also, Maggie and I are making ourselves available, particularly for new members who are like, what's a pledge? What are you guys talking about? And we're going to make ourselves available, so if you have any questions, you just let us know. Probably also after service next week, too.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah. So we encourage you to explore the ways you can help us tend the flame together and keep the light of UECR shining. Let us embrace this season with warmth of connection, ensuring the light of our community is strong and welcoming. Together, we can cultivate a thriving community where everyone feels a sense of belonging and where our shared values guide us towards a brighter future. So thank you.
Thank you, Nani and Maggie, for taking this on. Also, one final announcement, which I forgot to put in here, is there will be coffee with the minister after this, immediately following the service in the boardroom in the East Foyer for all those who are new or newer to the congregation. And you could just come and ask me whatever questions you'd like to ask me about Unitarian Universalism or this congregation in particular. As Mike is in the choir, I'll be doing It's Time to Center for Worship. Please take a moment to silence and turn off your electronic devices. Please take some deep, quieting breaths. And let us enter into our time of worship together as we enjoy this morning's prelude. Thank you to our choir. Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend Aileen Fitzke, and it is my honor to serve this congregation as its minister. Our opening words this morning are by Lesley Takahashi. To worship means to consider that which has worth. Today we consider with gratitude the many gifts of this community. The opportunity to be affirmed in who we are and to offer that affirmation to others. The chance to stand up together to remake the world in the ideal of justice. The freedom to choose one's own path and to learn from the travelogues of others. The space to expand one's own spirit and to reconnect after busy or humdrum weeks with the sustaining truth of one's life. Regular reminders that we must see the world through the lens of love. And the aspiration to consider all life as precious, for if all of it is made of stardust, how can we not all be wondrous? So this morning, let's welcome all the gifts with gratitude, for they have been paid with many currencies. The sweat of those who persisted in justice's name against hostility and adversity, the tears of those who struggled to build better lives for those in this life, the questions of our children as they understand the world anew and offer their understanding to us as a fresh lens, the laughter and joy of those giddy with the embrace of community, the dollars and cents of those who gave what they could and stretched then a little bit more. The infinite acts of service that make the parts greater than the whole, done by those who knew themselves in sympathy with our purposes. So today we consider with gratitude and humility what it means to pay forward what has been paid forward for us. And now, with all of this, let us enter into worship with gladness in our hearts.
Good morning. Our opening hymn is number 126, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. Please rise in body or spirit and join us.
All my songs of loudest Good morning again. Our chalice lighting today comes from The Abundance of Our Lives Together by Katie Savani Gelfand. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for this is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
We have a tradition where we sing our covenant together every Sunday morning. Love is the spirit of this church. We remain seated to sing our covenant. If you are here today for the first time, we invite you to accept this song as our blessing to you.
Good morning. Now is the time for all ages. So if you're feeling young of body or young in spirit, I invite you to come forward. And I believe Alice offered to open the Wonder Box for us. So if you'd like to show us what's inside, what do we have there? Can you hold it up so people can see? And if you want to turn on the candle and put it by the bowl of water, that'd be great. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Yeah. And I wonder why that's there, but I'm sure we'll find out. So first, what do you think of when you see a red octagon, like we might have here? You can write in chat or just yell it out. What do you think of when you see that? That's right, stop. There are many signs, symbols, pictures that can communicate with us or remind us of something. I wonder what you think of when you see a chalice, like we have so many flaming chalices here. What do you think of if you see that in a building or on a sign outside a building? It's kind of a lot of words to say, right? Unitarian Universalism, right? That is our symbol. And churches across the U.S. and around the world light a chalice every morning, every Sunday morning, like we did today. I wonder if you've ever thought about why we might do that or how the flaming chalice came to be. To find out, we need to travel back to 1941 and World War II. During that war, a lot of people in Europe faced danger, especially people who were Jewish, but many other people. And to be safe and keep their families safe, they ran away from their countries, or tried to. Well, the Unitarians saw this, and they wanted to help. So they formed the Unitarian Service Committee, and many of the members went to Europe. But there was a problem. The refugees and the committee members often didn't speak the same language. So how could they let people know we're here to help? The leader, Reverend Charles Joy, had an idea. He thought, we need a symbol that people will recognize and know that we're here to help them. And he found one of the refugees who was a talented artist, Hans Deutsch, and asked him to create the symbol. And we have a picture of that symbol. It was a flaming chalice inside a circle. And it worked. When it was put on to travel papers, people thought they were official and let people travel outside the countries they were escaping. And when they saw them on supplies, people looked and knew, or on signs, these are from people who want to help. Refugees across Europe began to recognize the flaming chalice as a symbol of hope, freedom, and love. We move now to 1961, and the Unitarians and the Universalists merged or joined together. When they did that, they thought, we need a symbol. The Universalists had a symbol, a cross offset in a circle, but the Unitarians didn't have a symbol other than for the Unitarian Service Committee. So they chose a symbol, created a new symbol that was the flaming chalice inside two circles, one for Universalists and one for Unitarians. Now, how did we get from the picture to lighting a chalice in the worship service? Children led the way. By the 1970s, children were making chalice crafts in their religious education programs, and some were making three-dimensional chalices that they lit in their programs. We really don't know who or when it was, but a group of children or a group of teens brought the flaming chalice up to the sanctuary for a religious education-led service, and they lit their chalice. We don't know who or when, because this idea quickly spread across the country. And today, most Unitarian Universalist churches light a chalice at the beginning of their service, like we did today. This is the symbol of our UU faith. And we can think about it in many different ways. But one I especially like is we can think of the chalice as our UU community that holds us, and the flame as the flame of light that we shine into the world. May we continue to shine the light into the world and continue to tend our flame together. And we'll now go to religious education and explore further. We'll sing you out with Go With Joy.
So now you know the story of the flaming chalice if you didn't know it before. Now is the time in our service where we share our joys and concerns so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a real or virtual candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart. As members of the in-person congregation, place stones in the bowl in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what is in your heart today on the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees, and please remember that what you share will be public. Those at home may then read others' joys and concerns shared in the chat and enter into your own time of reflection and prayer as we in the sanctuary come forward to place our stones as Diane plays our meditation music. I invite you to come forward. Let us be one in prayer and meditation. Spirit and life and love that so faithfully animates our creation, we are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or injury to themselves, friends, or loved ones. In particular this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers our beloved member, Alan Kramer, who died this past week, and for his family. And the song that you heard, the variation on the Spirit of Life that we heard this morning, that was written by Alan. For him and his family, we light this candle. Let us take a moment of silence.
As a self-funded church, UCR relies on the generosity of its members and friends to fund daily operations and to ensure that the church and its resources are here for us and others now and in the future. Pledges support our worship and music programs, our religious education program, programs for members and friends, community outreach, and connections to UUism. We now invite you to support the work of UU Reston by making your donation to the collection plate, or if you're here in the sanctuary, or at the link in the slide, at the link you'll see in the chat, which is the same as the link on the slide. Excuse me. Thank you in advance for your generosity and support of our beloved spiritual home.
Oh
Thank you to the choir. That was great. Approximately 55 years ago, this congregation was founded. A few brave early members mortgaged their homes so that we could have a construction loan to build this building. And through the years, people have given generously so that we could not only have a place to call our spiritual home, but programming and staff to make this a viable and sustainable community. Groups of volunteers have made sure we gave our time, talents, and treasures both within and beyond our congregation, to make sure we had classes, special events, celebrations of life to preserve the memory of those who have left us. We have reached out to the larger community, helping to start the Closet, Cornerstones, and other community outreach organizations. We initiated and hosted the first Rest in Pride Festival. In other words, we have collectively over the years done amazing work within our congregation and beyond our walls. The writer and biologist Robin Wall Kimmerer writes, "All flourishing is mutual." In the natural world, we see all sorts of biological and environmental systems that exemplify what Kimmerer calls gift economies. Trees and bushes provide berries and fruit and other edibles. Animals eat the fruit and spread the seed beyond the original plants. Rains come down and water the system, and new plants grow, and new animals are fed. It is a gift economy because the cycles of reciprocity make sure that all in the cycle are taken care of. In forest systems, plants are connected through a series of mycorrhizal systems that send nutrient from one plant to another, depending on which plant needs the nutrients. Trees send nutrients to other species of trees and other plants. The whole forest system is mutually interdependent. Systems and cycles of mutuality occur all over the natural world, and they do so because all flourishing is mutual. It is in giving that we receive. What do we mean by that? Humans are also beings wrapped up in systems of mutual interdependence. Despite the myth of rugged individualism, no one can survive without the help of others. We know this. We see this every day. People spontaneously helping other people. We see it when we bring food to our friends during times of crisis, when we offer rides, or our time and energy when we know others need it. When I was part of the UU Fellowship in Solana Beach, California, that was my first UU congregation, a family in the church was going through some struggles, and a call went out to the congregation. One family placed a cooler outside the home of the family who was struggling, and people, according to a schedule, would place meals in the cooler for the family. Our family participated. A couple years later, when my husband Karl was going through cancer treatments, the church arranged meals for us. I got a knock on the door one evening, and there was a fellow congregant with a huge basket of food for us and our children. When one of my friends in the intentional community where I lived had a catastrophic brain injury as the result of a fall, we gave her spouse rides to and from the trauma center where she was being treated, which was an hour away from where we lived. We took care of her children and cleaned her house for her family. We made sure they had all their meals taken care of. All of these are examples of gift economies. They are examples of pure gift. In being part of and participating in fellowship community and the intentional community, these examples of spontaneous mutual aid sprang up because what was at the heart of the giving and the receiving was relationship. Relationship was at the heart of it all, knowing and trusting the reciprocity of care. All flourishing is mutual. It is in giving that we receive. Writes Robin Wall Kimmerer, gratitude and reciprocity are the currencies of gift economy, and they have the remarkable property of multiplying with every exchange, their energy concentrating as they pass from one hand to another, a truly renewable resource. Traditional market economies are based on the premise of scarcity. According to the American Economic Association, economics is the study of scarcity, the study of how people use resources and respond to incentives. And therefore, anything and everything in market economies is implicitly defined as scarce. In that kind of economy, all goods and service become commodified and fought over, and hoarding flourishes, so scarcity does indeed become reality. But if we thought of the economy, writes Kimmerer, as a system of how we organize ourselves to sustain life and enhance its quality, if we think of it as a way of considering how we provide for ourselves collectively, all flourishing is mutual. Now, large systems of market economies are hard to overturn, so embedded are they in the global economic reality in our everyday lives, but we can and do create gift economies all over the place. Several months ago, a couple of young women inquired about putting up a free period pantry on our property. It was part of a high school project that they were doing, but it reached beyond their high school. The young women had started placing these free period pantries all over Fairfax County, and they asked if we could place one on our property. After discussion in the board, we decided that it would be a good idea, and Trish Smith said she would be the one to maintain and be responsible for it once it was installed. But it went beyond that. A local food pantry at South Lakes approached us and asked if we ever had any surplus because they needed them at their food pantry. And so we are helping there as well. People just come spontaneously sometimes and leave us with far more than we can fit in the box alone. So that is a gift economy, taking care of people, being a source of pure gift. It is in giving that we receive. Because in this congregation, we tend our flame together. Every December, we hold the alternative gift market. Nonprofits, both local and international, are given space so they could raise money for their causes. People come all day and buy gifts in the names of family members and friends and support organizations doing good work locally and globally. We helped raise record funds this year from our AGM team. We tend our flame together. At the closet, people here contribute time and energy to make the closet a success and to help people who could not otherwise afford clothing and other essential needs. Thank you to Jane Anthony and the other closet volunteers. And our music committee, with their fall concert, raised funds for Cornerstones that supports housing and food assistance to those in need. Our caring circle provides help for those in our congregation who are experiencing health challenges, both acute and ongoing, and provide much needed support for our memorial services. We tend our flame together. We come together every Sunday because of the shared ministry of our ushers, greeters, music ministry, and religious education, and our worship committee. And not just on Sundays. During the week, we have Scrabble and caring crafters and small group ministry and book groups and game nights and karaoke. We are a vibrant and relevant community that seeks to flourish through time and place, that continues to meet the needs of each generation as we meet the moment, whatever that might be, from generation to generation, to respond to the challenges unique to each one. In the past, Unitarian Universalists have responded to wars, civil rights, human rights, fights for freedom and liberation, for inclusion and belonging. For over 50 years, we have been here representing our denomination in Reston in the face of challenges of each generation, including a global pandemic and the commitment to human and civil rights. We are one of those places that holds out hope, that provides a safe space to share concerns, hopes, dreams of a better, safer world for everyone. And we aren't always successful, but we always try. Each year during our Stewardship Drive, we commit to those visions that our founders initiated 50 years ago. And to do that, we need your generous donations so that we continue our mission to be a progressive, vibrant, and active congregation serving the intellectual and spiritual needs of our community. As our mission statement says, we wish to be an inclusive, ethical, and spiritual community in which we strive to live our values and make the world a better place. We are the gift to ourselves, our families, the larger community, because we give generously and share of our time, talent, and through stewardship, treasure. In doing so, we are an example of what it means that it is giving that we receive, and we tend our flame together. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing hymn is number 1028, The Fire of Commitment. Well, please rise in body or spirit and join us. From the light of days remember, burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion need to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living brings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our minds and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion need to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion need to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
Our benediction this morning is by Sidney Wilde. In this community we give and we receive. May we go forth now to share the bounty of our love.
The chalice is now extinguished, but it lives in the hearts and minds and souls of each one of you. Carry that flame as you leave this place and share it with those you know, with those you love, and most especially those you have yet to meet.
Our postlude will be a hymn we're going to sing together in your teal hymnal, number 1058, Be Ours of Religion. We'll remain seated to sing this together.